The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Back again on The Local Show. Thank you for joining us. It's Tom and Steve, one of the golden spots on the radio.
Golden spots.
Where you can hear some good talk.
So, Tom, you and your people, dandelions and garlic and all these things, was garlic like in everything when you were growing up?
Absolutely.
I didn't know what garlic was till I left the house.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know what spice was or anything. So garlic was just a foundation of stuff.
Well,
Still
yeah,
is.
it still is.
It's gotta be.
And I remember my mom making salad, and she would put the whole cloves of garlic in the salad.
So you suddenly you're chewing, you got a whole clove.
Oh,
of
yeah.
garlic.
Yeah, my father used to eat the garlic right out, and that was before all of these supplements
kidding.
came out where you take them.
It's
now,
a great antioxidant. It's great.
And it's good for your stomach, too.
It's good. Yeah, it's good
of
for
course,
good for
when
your
you
body.
burp, it's a problem for your spouse or somebody close to you.
Weren't your people called garlic eaters? Is that where that came from?
That's where it comes
I didn't
from.
even, seriously, that didn't know a thing. And now I'm like, oh, can I put more garlic?
Well,
I love garlic on pizza. Garlic pizza?
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah, my grandmother used to make the garlic pizza with the anchovies on there.
Yeah, it's a
that's-
little salty.
Yeah, I was
Very nice
deprived not being one of your people. Now I'm jealous.
Very good. We've been talking with Dr. Marc Pietropaoli, who is Italian, by the way, and the owner of Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement. And we're talking about his different techniques on how to save you from maybe a surgery.
Yeah.
And there was something.
So the Clarity Day.
The Clarity Day. Yeah, so that's what we were going to talk about. Is it kind of what we were talking about last?
Yeah, I mean, Clarity Day, I'll give you an example. This guy, Bill, he comes in, he sees me, and he's already been told that he needs, knee replacements, both his knees and actually a shoulder.
But he still
shoulder
reached out and
replacement.
said, and had
Well,
a
his
conversation.
wife did, because his wife
Okay,
was,
okay, because people, when they
his
hear
wife
it,
got tired
opinion,
of
yeah.
She got tired of listening to him. She was already a patient of ours.
Oh,
There we go.
She got tired of listening to him.
but you hear from a doctor, hey, Tom, you mentioned it's bone
Sure,
on
yeah,
bone.
yeah.
You're going to need
that's what they told him.
You're going to do it. And that's the end of the conversation. After going through all PT or whatever they do
Yeah.
for 6 months or however long it takes. So at that point, there's no hope. I have to have this thing torn apart.
Yeah, he's miserable. He comes in, he tells me, he's like, I'm going to tell you what I've been through, and you're going to. I'm going to tell you that I'm not going to do it. You're going to tell me, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I was told I have bone on bone. I was told, to go to physical therapy. That didn't help. They could only work on one body part, my shoulder, and my knees hurt, so they only worked on my left knee because the insurance wouldn't let them, work on all three body parts. I got cortisone shots. I got gel shots. None of that stuff worked. They wouldn't get an MRI on me. This has been going on for 6 months,
Wow, that's
up to a year. To finally they say, well, you need a knee replacement. And he's like, well, I don't want a knee replacement. Is there anything else? And they're like, no, you just suck it up. And you'll let us know when you want a knee replacement. So he was sucking it up in pain for months.
Yeah.
And he just thought, all I can do is a knee replacement or nothing, because nothing else has worked. And then his wife was finally like, you got to go in and see Dr. P and his team. So he came in, he told me that whole story, and I'm like, well, let's figure out what's going on. So we got a new set of x-rays, and guess what? He didn't really have bone on bone. We got special x-rays with him standing up, and he still had some space there. He had arthritis, but it wasn't like bone on bone.
Yeah.
We got an MRI, and it turns out that, yes, he has some arthritis, but the bigger problem he had was these stress or microfractures in the bone, because when the cartilage wears down, the bone starts to break down faster and the body can heal itself. You get these little stress or microfractures, and bone has millions of pressure sensitive nerve fibers. So that's where most of the pain comes from. And he's like, oh, that stinks. I'm like, no, that's a good thing. We can actually repair that. We can take good cells, and because as you get older, you don't have as many good stem cells. We were talking about that in the first segment.
Yes, yeah.
We don't have as many good stem cells in our arms and our legs. That's why we break down faster. So we take them from the good area, our pelvis, which is a little area right above the butt area, right under the skin.
Is that at all painful?
I mean, I had it done. It's not that bad. I mean, it was really not that painful at all. I've had way worse surgeries myself.
Do you need to have a big butt?
No, hopefully it's kind of above the butt. So it really, even if you have a big butt, it's not it's not that difficult.
Do you do that right in your office?
We do that right in our office.
Yeah.
We numb it up with local anesthetic. Right. We can give some sedative if somebody wants a sedative. Not everybody wants that. And then I was like, hey, this is a great thing. We can take good cells, put them where there's not good cells, and get that to heal. And he was like, oh, wow, I never would have thought that. And so basically we got him in, we figured out what was wrong with him. We did the x-rays, we did the MRI, we did an ultrasound, showed him where all the swelling was. He had muscle problems around his leg, just like
Clarity.
all in one day.
This is all Clarity Day.
All in one day. Okay. Then we had him checked out, and it turns out he did have back issues too. So we had our VFit team, our Victory Fitness team, they're like physical therapists, athletic trainers, strength and conditioning specialists, all trained in total body fitness. So they evaluated his whole body, and turns out his back was causing some issues with his knees as well. So we treated his whole body. His goals were to get back gardening and landscaping. He had an award-winning garden landscaping in his yard, and he was letting it go to pot because he couldn't do anything. And he said, I hit this stump and my knee was killing me. So anyway, bottom line is we ended up doing the whole regenerative program on him, not just stem cells only, but including stem cells. And we did a whole program, total body program, and he got back gardening and landscaping. And he said the moment for him when he knew he was cured is he hit his foot on that stump again in his yard, and he didn't have any pain in his knee.
That's great.
To me, that was amazing.
Yeah. Can people still recover and get better if they're not into athletics or into PT?
Completely.
Okay.
I mean, as Bill's a great example, right? I love to garden too, but it's not necessarily athletic. And I love the landscape. I love to,
pull
get
those
the trees,
weeds
get the trees to look. No, trim the trees, trim the bushes, make sure everything looks really good.
Right.
And that's not necessarily athletic. So no, we have people who they can't even walk up and down the stairs, or they don't want to leave their house. We have family members who come to us and say, hey, my mom is really worried. She's going to have to move out of her house. She's lived there 40 years. We grew up there, and she's worried about losing her independence. So we had one woman who was literally going to move out of her house. We got her in. She couldn't even get out of the chair to get up and talk to me. By the time we were done, about 12 weeks later, she was able to get up off the floor, which they said they never saw her be able to do. And she was able to stay in the house and be independent and walk up and down the stairs. And she lost probably 35 pounds as well, because we also can work on your diet, genetic-based diet. So that really helped her a lot. So you don't have to be an athlete. No, matter of fact, most people are not, but we still treat them as well.
So the man that came in at his wife's beckoning,
yes,
was able to in one day figure out the next steps.
Yeah, and so was this other lady. So we figure all that out in one day, which is something you just can't do in the standard system. It just takes too long.
Since you've been on the air with us, there have been a lot of people who've called me and asked about connecting with you and all that. Can people just give you a phone call? Do they talk with your staff if they called you, or would you talk with them personally?
We set them up with a free phone consult right off the bat if they call, and so all our staff members are trained in being able to explain exactly what I just explained and see if somebody even qualifies to come in to get an appointment, which most people do.
And you don't mind people picking your brain a little bit?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
And matter of fact, even if it's something we can't help you with, we'll help refer you to where you need to go. I mean, we've been in business 27 years. We know we have a lot of connections, I should say.
There we go. So back to the phone number, the 685-7544. Jot it down, call and say, hey, they told me this. Is there hope for me? Or because people just don't hear this. They hear they have to have surgery.
They'll spend 20, 30 minutes with you on the phone if need be.
There we go. So 685-7544. Or you can go to victoryinmotion.com. Either way, you can connect with them. And Dr. Marc Pietropaoli, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you all out there.